As social media managers, we're constantly being challenged by new platform updates, algorithm changes, and the latest trends that it feels like you're in this never-ending cycle. Social media is constantly changing, and you as a social media manager are trying to keep up while delivering excellent results to your clients. So I decided to give you a leg up, create this video, and share all the do's and don'ts for social media management in 2024. Hey, my name is Milou, and I own a multi-six-figure social media agency, and I now help social media managers do the same. If you're new here, don't forget to grab my free roadmap to becoming a six-figure social media manager that I will link right here. Now let's dive right in. Now, the first do of social media management in 2024 is to leverage AI. Now, you're probably tired of hearing the word AI, but I'm going to tell you right now, this is only going to increase and grow in 2024. And so especially for social media management, we can really leverage AI to bring our clients even better results and save a lot of time. So according to a poll by Hootsuite, the #1 concern by companies and brands is the ROI and the time and budget they have to invest into managing multiple platforms. We know platforms are getting more and more saturated, and it's almost becoming crucial for brands to be active on multiple platforms. Now, of course, this can be tough, taking in consideration how much time or money this would cost to manage, but with AI and tools that you can utilize, this actually becomes way more accessible. So think about leveraging AI to craft your captions, to chop up long form video content, to have multiple pieces of content. This just saves so much time. And if you use a scheduler like myself using Cloud Campaign, I'm going to show you right here how it's super easy for you to be active on multiple accounts. So let's say here you can see all the platforms you can post to using Cloud Campaign. Now, if you have a client who, let's say, contracts you for one platform, you could upsell them and say, hey, we can auto-publish through our scheduling tool to multiple platforms with the same content, and it's a very small effort on your end, and you charge them a small fee. So this becomes accessible for brands to now have a multi-channel strategy. So you can use Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest, Google My Business, and even TikTok, where you can simply auto-publish content. So using tools and AI tools that make it easier to create a lot more content will help you save time and help brands save money. So this is one of the biggest first do's for social media management in 2024. Now, if you aren't familiar with the platform Cloud Campaign that I'm using in this video, then make sure you check them out, and I'll drop a link right here, and you can find a discount code in the description below. Now, the first don't for social media management in 2024 is to leave no room for authenticity. Now, this word may have been a bit overused this year, but it is so important going into the new year. People want to see authentic content. Now, what does that mean? They don't want to see the completely polished side of you or a brand, right? They want to see the messy action. They want to see the behind the scenes. They want to see faces, right? They want you to be relatable. So you need to make sure that you are leaving room as a social media manager in calendars to share authentic content, have some in the moment content, and not schedule every single thing ahead, because this often will really do your analytics well. And another reason why this is so important, because let's say you have a month's worth of content planned out, like we do in my agency for clients. And what we do, if we're testing a new strategy and we figure out in the beginning of the month that it's actually not working and our analytics are flopping, what we can do is we still have time to change the content that's coming up to make sure that we are getting results, right? So it's always important to leave room in the content calendar. Now, the second do for social media management in 2024 is to block out the noise. Now, there are so much information and misinformation that's being shared online, right? So it's even more important to block out the noise and listen to the data. Every social media account is completely different. Different things will work for different accounts, different strategies, And so you need to listen to the data of the account that you're managing as a social media manager. Now, here's how I like to do this with Cloud Campaign. I love their analytics, and if you have seen any of my previous video where I plan my content calendar, you will have seen exactly what that looks like, but I'm going to show you right here. When I go into the analytics, what I love about Cloud Campaign is that it already summarizes the data for me. So it will tell me exactly what has been working without me having to read all of the data. Now, of course, this is saving me so much time. It gives an overview of the top posts, things that were happening, a summary at the top. Also in Insights here, you can see it will summarize exactly what I need to know. So I don't have to dive completely into the numbers, which will save you a ton of time if you have to do this for every single client on a monthly basis. So here it will say image posts with short captions containing hashtags perform better than any other post. It gives me the best performing time, and which is actually funny because we love to post in the mornings for all of our clients and including myself. So that makes sense. And it checks how often I've posted this kind of content. So all the insights are in here, but a big do is to block out the noise. You need to do what works for you, your account or your client's account in order to be successful in 2024. Now, if you want to see a full honest review that I have done on Cloud Campaign that I'm using in this video, then make sure you check out this video where I give you all the tea on Cloud Campaign. Now, the second don't for social media management in 2024 is to post and ghost. Now, this is a common term that you will hear in our industry, right? And this simply means that you cannot post without interacting. You can no longer manage social media pages and not have someone in charge of community management. At the end of the day, social media is all about building community, right? Having conversations, sparking conversations, listening to your customers. It goes on, but it all happens in conversation during community management as a social media manager. Now, I get that this gets so overwhelming, especially for a social media manager. This is how you can best do this. Using a third-party tool, a social media management platform, and I'm using Cloud Campaign in this video, and they have a great inbox management so that you can oversee all of your clients' accounts, the communication that's going on, the messages that are coming in, but also the comments, so that you actually know what is going on. So it's called the social inbox, and here you can actually display the inboxes. I currently only have my own account hooked up, so I only see my inbox, and you can even assign it to yourself, assign it to team members. You can arrange it by time if you want to go like, this was the most recent comment that we need to answer, or the latest comment that we need to answer. You can also do it by engagement and platform, so that you can filter out, okay, this was engagement coming from Instagram, LinkedIn, etc. And you can filter by keywords if you have to, but this way you really have a great overview of, you know, your inbox and what's actually going on. So you can simply respond here and say, hey, I will send you the video. This was on a post where I did a keyword for me, and you simply hit post, and there you go. The comment has been made. I didn't even have to use my phone. This all happens on desktop, and it makes everything just so much easier. Now, if you want to know exactly how I plan my content calendar as a social media manager fast, then make sure you check out this video right here, and I will show you a step-by-step guide on how I do this. Now, the third do of social media management in 2024 is to plan and schedule in advance. Now, while we talked about authenticity, leaving room for flexibility is very important. It is not sustainable for you as a social media manager and agency owner to actually have no content planned out and scheduled in advance, right? Think of a launch strategy you may have for a client, important things they have coming up, and the more your business grows, it is unsustainable to not have content scheduled in advance. So what I always tell my team inside the agency is that even though we don't have every single detail yet from the client, we can already start scheduling and planning on the evergreen content. This is the content for clients that is not time sensitive, right? It's often educational and it's not based on a current event. content, so we can sprinkle those in and already have these ready to go, while the timely pieces we can add in later and change any of the details needed. But this way you are scheduling in advance. So here you can see inside of Cloud Campaign, it's super easy once you have the content from the content library to drag and drop all the content that you have created as a team. And the best part is that you can even see the grid preview, especially if we're talking Instagram. Visuals are important, right? So that you can see what exactly this looks like. So here you can see for myself, I like to follow a pattern here, and that is what it looks like. All of the platforms Cloud Campaign offers, from Pinterest, YouTube to Google My Business and TikTok, they cover all the platforms for you to schedule and auto-publish if you want to auto-publish and automate this for your clients and save yourself some time. Now, if you're still looking for a recommendation on a social media management scheduling tool, then I highly recommend you to check out Cloud Campaign. They have a 14-day free trial, and on top of that, you can get a discount using my code Milou15 that I will drop in the description below. Now, the third and final don't of social media management in 2024 is to create everything from scratch. Now, the last thing I want you to do is to create every single post from scratch. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, and you want to repeat proven concepts, right? So we talked about analytics earlier, listening to the data, and if you can see what's working well for an account, for your account or your client's account, you can now replicate these results, right? And do something similar in that sense. Now, we also mentioned AI, leveraging AI. Absolutely do this so that you don't have to create anything from scratch. Now, what's great about using Cloud Campaign and scheduling it inside of Cloud Campaign, if you do decide to do so, they actually have AI tools incorporated inside their platform. So again, you don't have to come up with everything from scratch. And I'm going to show you right here if I create a post. So you can see here exactly what it looks like, the caption, and here you can see Caption AI. So it can generate captions for me, and then caption count. Let's say you can select the tone, 5 different captions. I want emojis, I want hashtags, Instagram. It's very specific to what platform, because we know captions will look different depending on the platform, and you can hit submit and it will now generate different captions for me. Now, these are very short, so I like to use these as a hook, because these are the hardest to come up with, and add still my own twist to things. Because again, with AI, we know the human touch is what makes all the difference. And that's why using AI as a human social media manager is so valuable. Now, this wraps up our social media management do's and don'ts for 2024 so that you can set yourself up for success. Now, if you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, comment below. And if you give Cloud Campaign a try, just like I do in this video, then I would love to hear your thoughts about it and your experience. And if not, I will see you in next week's video.